Welcome to the Hound's Tales podcast, presented by Roxy Designs, GFR Forestry, Chestnut Mountain Feed Company, Tagged Out Hunting Apparel, Farm Bureau Insurance of Appomattox and Matt English, and Affordable Auto Care. Welcome, everybody, to the 17th episode of the Hound's Tales podcast. My name is James Hudson, and with me tonight is Daniel Evans. Dylan Watson, he is normally with us, is out on vacation this week. Him and his family are out enjoying the beach down in Nag's Head this weekend. I think they're down there for the whole week, if I'm not mistaken, and they're down there with their family, and I'm sure having a good time. So pretty jealous of that. Hope he's down there having a good time, buddy. So Daniel, just me and you tonight, buddy. What do you think?
Yeah,
Make it work, won't we?
Oh yeah.
So a couple quick little things, and we'll kind of get into a little bit of the episode. I had mentioned in one of the posts on the Facebook page that we were going to have a special guest with us. It was supposed to be Big Tim from Pooles. If anybody's been around Pooles for any amount of time, they know who Tim is, and he's down there. He's always cooking. Him and his family put on amazing meals, and Daniel, I think we got the Philly cheesesteak just about every time we go down there, ain't it?
Oh yeah, Philly cheesesteaks, fries, and Old Bay.
That's it. And they make a good, good. Gosh, that stuff is good. But we were supposed to be down there. I was down at the Dismal Swamp 3-day this past weekend, excuse me. And that was the plan, was to get it going. But the way it all worked out, either we just couldn't link up. I was judging the hunt, so we never could link up the whole weekend. And then I've started a new job, and we haven't had the chance to link up. So that's why we're a day late, as we were trying to make things work, and it just never could work out. So we're going to delay his episode, and we'll talk to him. I know whenever that does happen, he's going to be talking about his journey in the fox hunting world and what he's done within it, and also the Fox Stations for Christ ministry. I'm hoping, and if I can make this work, I'm going to get him and Missy Windsor on here at the same time. So if we could do a little episode with all of us down there, that would be pretty slick. I know he mentioned that we ought to drag our butts back down there and just record with them after one of the hunts one day. And it almost seems like one of the best ideas so far. I know we talked about going back down there, at least to judge. I think that's something we could maybe work out, eh?
Oh yeah, I don't see why we couldn't find us something to judge.
That's right. But so as I mentioned, a couple other things. I did not have time, and this will kind of go with that. I mentioned earlier that I've started a new job, and I started that about this is my second week at it. So that's why last week we were a little off, and then this week, along with the coming off the holiday and stuff, but this new job, I'm working 7 to 7, so it makes it a little harder for me to be able to do it on the nights. So I'm kind of having to rearrange my schedule and how we record and trying to get everybody together and get it all timed out right. So that's something I'm working on. So I apologize for the delay this week, and we're gonna see if we can't up and get it correct for the following episode. But we have decided that we are going to go to the every 2-week schedule right now. We got a lot going on in our personal lives, and right now this as much as we love doing this podcast, it is another hobby per se, and we do appreciate everybody listening. But right now we kind of have to take a little bit of a step back, kind of regroup, gather our thoughts, maybe plan something a little bit better to make a better episode for everybody. And so right now we're going to go to the 2 week format and put a episode every 2 weeks out. So I do appreciate, we all appreciate y'all's support and hope this isn't a burden on everybody. And if it gets to the point where we start getting some more views and maybe it turns into some future sponsorship opportunities, then absolutely we'll talk about it and see if we can't work out going into every week. But for right now, I think it's best for all of us to go to the every 2 week schedule, and we'll see if we can't make that work and maybe make it a little bit better for everybody to listen to, make it a little more entertaining. So with that being said, we're going to divide this kind of up into this episode into two sections. I mentioned earlier that I was at the Dismal Swamp this weekend. My buddy Kyle Maeve had got up, him and Peyton Lucy had gotten up with me and asked me if I wanted to be a judge down there. And of course, I was absolutely honored to be able to take a part of that. So I was down there for the whole weekend, judged all 3 days, and man, that was just a blast to do. I learned so much. Kind of hung on Peyton's shirt collar a little bit, or shirt tail a little bit, and really learned a lot. And just listen to all the information. There was just so many people down there that you could just absorb from. Like I said, the Dismal was put on by Kyle Maeve and James Booker, another infamous names down there at Pooles Foxhound Preserve. So that was real cool to be able to hang out with those guys and get to interact and work with those guys. It was a real blast and a real honor. The Master of Hounds was a fellow from Georgia named Dale Parker. Me being new to the foxhound world, I hadn't really necessarily. I had heard the name before, but I didn't know exactly what it was all about. And I tell you what, it was an absolute pleasure to meet them, and it was an honor to judge under them. They put on an amazing, amazing show. And they were as by the books and correct. I mean, there was just nothing out of line. They were just it was so well put on. The bench show judge was Bobby Parker. It's actually Dale's brother. Them two do a lot together, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was his first bench show that he put on, that he judged, and he did a heck of a job. You could just tell he was very thorough. It was a joy watching him, and I kind of picked his brain a little bit too, and learned some things from him. And again, I got to thank Peyton Lucy for introducing me to everybody and really teaching me a lot down there. That was my first 3 day that I've been able to judge. So I definitely couldn't have done it without these guys, and appreciate them giving me the opportunity, and hope I did good down there for everybody. So Daniel, we're going to try to, hopefully that will, now that I kind of got my foot in the door a little bit doing it, maybe we'll get you in there next and get Dylan in there next and get y'all judging some bigger events too.
I hope so. I'm ready.
I think you're really going to like it.
Oh yeah.
We got the Masters 2 day at Hollywood in a couple months that we get to judge. So we gotta get a few more in, get some more experience under the belt. Hopefully we can grab another hunt or two and make that happen.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to get a couple more in before that.
Right. Right.
I'm ready to judge that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll kind of talk a little bit about the Dismal Swamp. It started at 4:00 in the morning, which was a really nice little feature. Everybody knows the red foxes run better at night, so we were able to start a little early in the morning, get them going, get them up, and get them on their feet. So the first half of every day was a real just barn burner. I mean, it absolutely screamed for a long time and hard for those 2 hours. So the first 2.5 hours, you really had to get your dog in there. You really had to get that speed and drive. And the last 2.5, it kind of broke down a little bit once that sun popped over. And the red foxes, they just don't like having sun on their back. So with that being said, the dogs had to get in there and hunt. And it was, man, I was all over. It was in cutovers, in the woods, running up and down the road, trying to find dogs hunting, climbing tree stands, climbing tripods, and just getting up and in areas where you can watch these dogs hunt. And that was an then Daniel, I think that's something that you're really going to like. You're going to enjoy looking for those dogs hunting. Me and you talk
Oh,
about hunting all the time.
yeah. I'm ready to be able to really watch them work
Yeah.
and try their best to find something.
It's so neat seeing, and I'm not talking trash on anybody's dogs, but you got a lot of dogs out there that are on the roads and looking for the hunt that's already going. But these hunting dogs are in the woods making it happen themselves. I've been a big fan of, me and Daniel both have been a big fan of since we've gotten in a little more into it and started looking for dogs to breed to. We've become a big fan of Clybourne Zeke,
Oof.
and we're white dog fans. So that dog instantly drew to us, and I actually had the honor to watch that dog work this weekend. That dog, I mean, he was just so thorough. So I mean, it was just he was an absolute. He finished second in hunting down there this weekend, and because of time, I know he had quite a few scores that weren't able to even count. He had judges all over giving him hunting scores, and that dog was just so smooth to watch out there in the woods. It really was, but it it was really neat to see him. And I didn't realize until after the hunt was over. I mean, I didn't. Only reason I knew who Zeke was while he was out there is after his numbers stood out to me. I made sure the whole hunt that I didn't go and look at the scores. I never want to be accused of, okay, you like this dog, that's why you're doing this. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. Or this person. I didn't know anybody's numbers until the results were read out, and that's just how it was. And it was. I didn't realize it was him that I was looking at until after the fact.
And I
So
know and I know you even told me the 5'11", the Rio dog.
yeah,
But you didn't have a clue.
no idea. And he was the one that won the whole hunt. That's what I was, that's what I was leading into. That dog that Clybourne's Rio is straight off of Zeke, which I thought was really neat to watch the father son combo down there and just really work it. Clybourne's Rio has become the dual champion of the Dismal Swamp for 2021. And that dog, he was just a classy hound to watch and earned it. He won the classiest hound category too. So it was really a joy to watch. There was a lot of other dogs down there that were just absolutely, killing it out there in the woods. I think
Sounds like
go ahead.
it sounds like it was some good competition.
It was. It really was. In the morning, you had to have your mind focused and be ready, and you had to get it from the nub. You had to absolutely be in the right place. And if you weren't there, you needed to get there in a hurry and get in on the chase before the chase died out. And I mean, everybody in the sport knows that it's a little bit of luck involved along too. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, they know you haven't even entered into it. You know how much it takes to be lucky.
yeah, absolutely. Just judging, you end up seeing
Right. But there
right
were some
place.
names called out that won that placed, and I never saw them the whole hunt.
Yeah,
They were just in front of the right people.
Yep.
So, but congratulations to the Clybourne family. It was an absolute honor to watch them dogs work and watch them run. Um, I'm glad I finally got to see them boys in action and see Zeke for my own self. Like I said, I didn't know it was even him until after the hunt was over. So that was real neat. Also, congratulations to the Wallaces. They were the Derby winner with Wallace's touchdown. That dog, I got to actually, I scored that dog a couple times, and he was working. That's no doubt. That dog is going to make the Wallace family, I believe, a good one for the future. So, um, that was kind of my weekend. But Dana, before this weekend, last week, we actually were able to take a little time and we took our puppies that we've been talking about pretty much since we got this podcast started. We got them out there in the woods. Not necessarily for the first time, but trying to get them to do something for the first time. We turned them loose. I have a dog. I got an old deer dog. He's a hunt dog, and he actually had gotten hit a while back and messed his back leg up, and it healed up fine, but it healed up a little funny at the same time. He don't quite have the speed, so he's a perfect dog for training these other dogs. So we turned him loose and put these, excuse me, these puppies out in the woods. And was there anything that's really stood out to you about the first time in the woods for him?
Honestly, I was surprised on how good they actually harked to him.
Yeah,
If he
yeah,
made any sort of trailing or anything, didn't matter what they was doing, they was pulling to him.
right.
And to be that
Yeah,
young and never, they ain't never had
they
anything
had
to
no
do with
idea
him.
what. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and even him,
Yeah,
they've never been with Maul until early that morning.
yeah,
But
yeah. I put them in the lot with them and let them get used to each other, and then turn them loose. And like you said, they every time he barked, he would get a little trail going. Now he never ran. It was a hot part of the day. It was really a bad timing. It was bad timing on our part. So we kind of hurt him more than we helped him anyway. Uh, but they did. He never jumped, but he was doing a lot of hunting, and they would pull to him. And I walked a little further into the woods than you were able to, but I got to them. A lot of them had their nose that would follow him and put their nose on the ground and get to it. They don't know what they're smelling yet, but the fact is they're pulling to it, and they're getting to it. And I agree. That was one of the things that stood out to me a lot.
yeah, and I know your little girl, she shocked you.
Yeah, yeah. She let out a few barks a few times. Like I said, I don't know exactly what she was barking at, but she opened her mouth one time, so that felt good. And what was it? She was the one that come across on the path that they came across on and hard 90 degreed and turned into the woods, wasn't she?
Yeah, yeah, it was her.
Yeah, that's right. I
Cause she
couldn't
was
remember if
kind
it
of
was her.
doing, yeah, she was back in the other set, kind of doing her own thing, and then
Right,
uh,
right.
she got on that trail, and yeah, she hung that hard 90.
That was neat watching her use that nose and pull to it like that. So
So
we're gonna.
we
Okay.
got three of them that really seem like they want to use their nose now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't get to see Shepherd. I don't know if you seen him, which
Ah,
is my first one. So I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
He hasn't been real nose heavy since I got him.
No, no, but he'll pull, and so
Mm-hmm. Hope
he may be the one to just kind of be with them, and hell, we don't know. He may be the one to take the lead after they find it for him.
yeah, yeah. I'm hoping he'll have if he don't have a full blown nose, I'm hoping he'll have some skates on him.
Right, right. Yeah, hopefully next time we turn him loose, we're gonna turn him loose with a little faster dog this time that's got a little more hunt in him. Maybe we can we can get something up and going for them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one thing that surprised me is they hung with him better than what we
Yeah,
thought they were.
I agree. I agree. It was. I'm not saying that these puppies are going to be real winners, out there yet, but they really are showing some good signs.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Like we talk about all the time, they're still puppies.
Right. So for anybody out there that's got a litter coming and you've never done it before, get out there in the woods with them things and just watch them. You can really learn so much. Stop watching that daggone GPS or listen to what other people tell you about them and get out there and watch them for your own selves. That's how you're going to figure it out. I ain't been in fox hunting very long, but I have been deer hunting my whole life, and I can tell you the way you figure your dogs out is to be in their woods with them.
And see what they doing.
That's it. That's it. I know. I know we're going to be pleasure running again Friday night, so at least with the big dogs, they got a. I'm not gonna say a big hunt, but they got a big hunt for me at least coming up. I'm hoping they'll go down there and put some heat in the woods. The TNS hunt. It's a TNS hunt by the local boys hunting club on the 10th next month. So anybody down there that's going to be down there we will be down there. We'll have the banner flying on the side of the truck. Again, Roxy did a heck of a job on that thing. I was able to fly it this past weekend at the Dismal, but being so busy with judging and doing all that kind of stuff, and I tried to help Kyle and them out with the hunt and raffles and stuff as much as I could. So I wasn't able to really hang by the truck and meet anybody. So I just wanted to fly it and let everybody see it and kind of show it off a little bit for us. But we will definitely have it going and flying and up. Um, we might be on the side of the truck, or we might, if I can get my daggone canopy fixed, I might have the canopy up and going and have it hanging off the side of that. That was the original plan. So y'all keep an eye out for us and come chat with us if you see us down there. Then I don't know if
I,
I even told you that the canopy broke.
no, you did not tell me that.
Hell yeah, the thing at the family reunion, we had it up and one of those weak bars up top snapped.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that thing's
so
pretty new, ain't it?
yeah, that's only the third time I've used it.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't pull that bar out and get it fixed. See if I can't make maybe Zach and them to make a bar for me.
and talking about
But
TNS, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken, this is gonna be their first time there, right? So it's gonna be a new pen for them.
yes, new pen for me, new pen for us. It's gonna be a learning experience, that's for sure. And I know TNS is really turning the wick up right now. They are putting on a ton of hunts right now. Also, I did notice, and y'all forgive me, I didn't take the notes like I should have. I just didn't. I didn't get settled down in time. But there is a bunch of benefit hunts going on. I know there was one family that their house burnt down, and I think most of these are either this weekend or on the 10th. I think there's 3 or 4 hunts going on. There's a family that lost everything in the house fire. There is one, I think there was a gentleman that was big into the fox hunting world, and if I'm not mistaken, and he was killed in a car accident. They're doing a benefit hunt for him, and also I think there was a whole family, I think, killed in a car accident, and they're doing a benefit hunt for them too. Y'all don't stand on that for that last one, but there's 2 or 3 benefit hunts coming up and all over the place that y'all should really keep your eyes on and see if you can make it. And if we hadn't paid up for the TNS hunt on the 10th, I think we'd be kind of changing our pace and maybe going to one of those. But I know there's several hunts coming up that are big time benefit hunts, and so y'all keep your eyes out and be sure to get out and support those guys and help them provide for these families in need. So we're gonna do a quick little second half of the show here, and this one's gonna be a little personal, I reckon. Um, I'm calling it the dog pains. We talk all about on here all the good times, all the fun, and how much of a blast and how much of a joy it is. But for those out listening, I hope that this episode will help you understand that this is not no easy life. Now, I will say there are certain levels, but we right now, me and Daniel have talked about it a lot. I know we have, and Dylan's pretty much on the same page with us. Is that we're attacking. We want to put a CH in our kennel. We want to make one of our dogs a champion. That is the goal. So with that, it is that kind of the direction that we're going with this. Now, you do have, if you're out there and you're in it for the deer hunting and just being in the deer woods, absolutely, it's not as time consuming. Yes, it is still time consuming. You still have to work them, but it's a lot more lax. It's a lot more time friendly, user friendly. And also, if you're just the average, one day you just taking your dog out there to see if you get lucky and that kind of thing, and just enjoy the hunt every now and then it's not as big of a deal. But if you want to chase those 3-day dreams, you really got to work at it. You really got to put a lot of time. I think that is the key to it, is how much time. I mean, Daniel, we're hell, our dogs are 5 and 6 months old now, and how much time do we spend with them?
We spent a lot of time with them. I mean, just this last walk we did, or putting them in the woods was, shoot, I don't know, it was a couple hours.
We spent, I think, 2 or 3 hours out there, just working them and letting them work, and just being there, and they're just puppies. They're just puppies. They're 5 months old and 6 months old on the 20th. What is today? It's on past the 20th. So yeah, they are 5 and 6 months old now.
Yep.
And shoot, we're hoping, if we can make it happen, we're hoping this weekend they're gonna start running. That's what the plan is. If they don't do it this weekend, they got till August, and then they're gonna get it from the nub then.
Yeah, they're gonna have to learn.
But it's just, and it can cause a lot of issues. It really can. You're gonna miss, if you're in it. Let me take a step back before I go forward. If you're in it for the 3 days, Dennis really touched on it. You can't take a dog to a 3-day hunt. 3-day hunt is 15 hours in 3 days. You can't take a dog that you run 4 hours a week on the outside and expect him to go down there and be in a barn burner for 15 hours in 3 days and expect him to be able to keep up and to win, or even just make it to the 3rd day without giving out. You have to work at it. I run my dogs, my big dogs, at least 7 hours a week on the inside, as much as I can, whenever I can get in, plus a good 8 or 9 on the outside, if not a little bit more on the outside. And I still don't feel like I feel like that's sufficient. I think that's enough, especially if I'm able to do it every week. Now, if I can do it, if I got to take a week break and run them just on the outside or just on the inside, then I'll do that, and they'll be fine. I know I got my eyes set on a 3-day, and I think that 3-day is either in August or September. I got my eyes on a 3-day that I'm thinking about, but I got to sit down and look at the calendars and look at all the hunts here, see what we got coming up. But so what we're getting at with the hardships, it is a lot of time consuming. If you're serious and you want to win, if you get a pin on a Tuesday night, you're looking at turning loose at dark and getting them up before you go to work in the morning and get them back home. So you're looking at a very long night and a very long day right there. And either don't commit or get used to it. I know, Dana, we talk about if we can manage to do that, get one during the week or whatever, if we can get on a rotation somewhere, then we're going to one of us is going to turn loose and the other person is going to pick them up.
Yep.
That's the teamwork aspect of it that really makes life a whole lot easier. Sometimes you got these hunts. I know Tar River is infamous for it. Almost all their 3-day hunts are on holiday weekends. I think almost every single one is on a holiday weekend. So like July 4th, you got your hunt. If you're going to go, then you're going to miss all your July 4th festivities unless you're close by, unless you're lucky enough to be close by. But you're going to miss all those. It's some of the things you got to weigh that you may not get to attend or get to see or get to do all the old fun activities that you could. This weekend I missed Father's Day. I'm not a father myself, but I missed going to a lot of the other Father's Day events that we normally do. I don't think that made some people happy, but I missed them, and it was something that I wanted to go judge. I dedicated to it, and I wasn't going to back out of it. It's just something I refused to do. Dana, on the time thing, is there any that kind of really touches it? I guess the next thing would be the financial burden it can put on you.
They can't do that.
We had a while back that our lot caught worms. Our whole damn lot caught worms. I don't know if we picked it up at a pen. I don't know if it just on the outside. I don't know what happened, but it hit our pens like wildfire. And there wasn't nothing we could do but take them to the vet and get them checked out and make sure it was just worms, for one. And two, treat it. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah, you got to expect the unexpected.
Yeah. But go ahead.
The little things that just pop up. And I mean, you can't just, and a lot of times the little things turn to big things if you don't handle it.
Yep.
So it's kind of something you got to always keep in the back of your mind.
Right.
But it can get costly real quick.
And we talk about it. We've talked about it before. The dog food. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
We've switched to Joy dog food, and we really, really, really like it. We're really impressed. The dogs are just full of energy. They eat it. They scarf it down. All the stools look good. I mean, Dana, don't you agree that the switch to Joy has been amazing so far?
Oh God, yeah. This evening, your dog Saber, I don't know what he was doing. He might as well have been just sitting there doing backflips before we got him in the feedlot.
Well, he gonna get it in the morning.
It's like, Jesus, boy. I mean, that food has definitely made a difference.
Yeah.
Their fur is a lot cleaner, a lot shinier. Their coat.
I was getting ready to say that, especially on your dogs, that brown coat, like they're just shiny. It's insane. Like they're just some pretty dogs.
And I mean, I noticed today, Shepherd, his fur is soft. And I
Right.
mean, we haven't done nothing other than switch food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're just as shiny, and his coat is just as soft as it can be.
Right. Right. Nice and thick.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
mean,
that's you're looking at $30. We're right at about $30 a week for dog food for just those six, and that's pushing it. So you got that.
yes.
You're looking at entry fees. Uh, I know the local boys hunt for the Garmins and the coolers and stuff that we're going to. That was a $50 to $5 entry fee. You 3 days, it's usually $65 to $100 for a 3 day per dog. How many are you gonna take? Then you got if you're crazy enough, we've learned the hard way. If you're crazy enough to stay at the pen in your truck, it's a little cheaper. But if you're getting a hotel, you're looking $60 to $100 a night for a hotel. Feed for them, medication, any kind of medicines that they might need, preventative hydration supplements, all that kind of stuff. It's just there's a lot of things that really make this an expensive hobby. I
And,
joke around
and
all the time. Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, Dan.
it's things you don't think about. But
Yeah,
then, you buy a little bit here, a little bit there, you don't really think about it. But by the time it's over with, you're like, oh,
right,
that was more than what I thought.
right. Um, Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. I know the. um, oh crap! I don't really brain farted on that one. Anyway, there is a lot of expense. Um, there's a lot of time gone. There's a lot of time that you're going to dedicate to it. I haven't got to experience that yet. Daniel, you haven't either. But I know that first time that I get to take home a clock, it's going to make all of it worth it. I just
Oh,
know it.
yeah. I mean, even if it's just a 1 day clock,
Yeah, it's
it's
still,
just
you're winning.
it's a achievement. Yeah.
Right. You went out there and proved to everybody that your dog was the best dog for that hunt. Yeah, there's a little luck involved sometimes, and sometimes you can sneak one in. But if you can get your dog out there and just bring you home something that says, hey, I went out there, I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and I brought you this home. It just, my gosh. I mean, I can't, I've gotten a fifth and a sixth, and that I just, you couldn't have told me nothing. I was happy. I was happier than hell that day. I've got
Yeah.
two fifths actually, two fifths and a sixth. Just especially we got these puppies coming up, and Lord knows, I'm pretty sure that we're probably if these dogs will go out there and do something, we're probably going to tear up pretty hard if they go out there and do something good.
That's what I'm hoping.
So don't let that little segment scare everybody. Yes, it can be expensive and it can be time consuming, but I'm telling you, to watch even the small things, Daniel, you can take this to watch these dogs go out there in the woods the other week and pull to them and move and work. That was satisfying in itself, right there.
Oh God, yeah. Yes, it was.
We've been waiting months ever since these dogs come out the daggone womb. And then, Daniel, ever since you got yours, we've been waiting to see what they do. It's months and months and months of anticipation. Now it's here, and we're like, all right. If it was my choice, I'd have them. You can't do it because you're gonna wear them out too fast. But if I could, I just want to see them run. I'm so excited to see them do something. So
Yeah.
my suspense is just built. But then I know this is your first set of dogs ever, so I know you're itching at the nub.
Oh God, it's killing me.
Yeah,
But I mean, I said I wasn't gonna get nothing to start right away. I was just gonna start with puppies and leave it at that. And
right, right. But well, guys,
been
we're gonna make
hard.
this kind of a Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it'll be worth it. I promise you that.
Oh yeah.
So guys, again, I apologize for delaying the episode. I hope y'all enjoy this one. It's a little short episode. Kind of want to try to knock them down to about this time anyway, I believe, from what I'm understanding, that a good 45 to an hour is a decent episode, if not a little too long there. So everybody, thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you for the support, and we'll continue to try to make this show better as much as we can, as long as we can. Thank everybody for listening, and everybody, happy hunting out there.